Welcome inside Kauffman Stadium. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Chicago White Sox going up against the Kansas City Royals. First pitch coming your way next. And our pitcher tonight, Seth Lugo. Chris, how about a scouting report?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boo. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs it.
And that one hammered. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Around first, heading for two. And he's into scoring position with a leadoff double. Maybe a chance for our first run here.
Wastes no time there. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
So up next for Chicago, Munetaka Murakami. He's got some power, no doubt. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Mydrop leads off second with nobody out. And a rope into center field, base hit. Coming home. He scores and they have the lead. It's an RBI single, 1-0.
Well, they strike first as he gets the job done to bring home the run. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good.
Miguel Vargas stands in now and watches strike one. Base hit center field. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
He was all over that one. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
Next to hit, Colson Montgomery.
At this point, the clean inning is over. Got to settle in, focus on the hitter, and get out of it with minimal damage.
The 0-1, double steal. Strike in there. And the throw out at third. Man at second. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with one out.
He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
Benintendi to the plate. And that's it for a strike. 0-1.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
Shortened the bunt and missed it, and the count is 0-2. And that bunt goes foul. It's a strikeout. Time to check out the lineup for the White Sox. And Singy, you have to think this lefty-heavy lineup is ready to eat in this one with a righty on the hill.
Eat it is, Boog. So many lefties just feel more confident with the righty pitching, giving them that little edge. Doesn't always play out that way in the box score, though, so we'll see what happens in this game.
Now a chance for Dustin Harris. Yeah, that's fouled off. Two on, 2 outs. And that's a strikeout looking. They limit the damage here. Back here at Kauffman Stadium, And getting the nod for the White Sox, Anthony Kay. What do you have on him, Chris? Michael Garcia steps in for the Royals.
Number 11, Michael Garcia.
Started to go after it. Now a look down to first. And Joe McDonald says he went around.
Low inside.
Right through there for a strike.
Four-seam fastball. Low outside.
Ground ball left side. Tosses to first. One gone, bottom half of the first. And here now, the lineup for the Royals. And Chris, this group has been struggling to put up runs lately.
Well, they haven't been on base a ton, and even when they are, they haven't been hitting very well with runners on base. So they need a player or two to really step up, have some quality at bats, hit according to the situation, and sort of break out of this. I think if they do, the rest of this lineup will follow.
Bobby Witt Jr. batting with one down, takes a strike. Strike two.
Four-seam fastball. Middle outside.
This one in the air, right field. Reaches, but can't make the grab. And the tying run is on base.
Batting third.
So up now for Kansas City, Vinny Pasquantino. On the ground to third. And it stays fair. And it gets by him. Here comes Witt around third. He scores to tie it up.
Gets it done to drive in the run and tie it back up. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
One out, runner at second. Salvador Perez steps in for the Royals.
Sinker. Low middle.
Hey, ha!
Sinker. Low outside.
Here's a 1-1.
No, that missed.
Cutter. Middle inside.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one carrying. And it's caught just in front of the wall.
Man, he had to go such a long way to track that one down. Outstanding effort. And if he doesn't get there, then that run from second basically walks in. Instead, he just moves up one base with 2 outs.
Now the 0-1. And that one is inside.
That one called just inside, I think. And on the mound, trying to get a little bit of an explanation. Doesn't seem to be too bothered by it, though. But he clearly thought it clipped the corner.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
Cutter. High outside.
Another 1-2. Gets a piece and stays alive.
Sinker. Low inside.
Struck him out without a swing. Good job at damage control right there. KC gets one on the double. All even now at 1-1. This is an AL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show. Back here in Kansas City, top of the second, Luis Angel Acuna steps to the plate for the White Sox. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
Well, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. You talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
Swing and a ground ball. Oh, great stop. It's there, and that's a great play.
Well, you can see right there, he looks very comfortable going to the backhand. Nice diving stop, gets up to complete the play. That'll fire the team up for sure.
And the batter now is Reese McGuire. Out towards right center field. And he can't make the play.
Batting ninth, the center fielder.
Runner on at first with one gone. So up now for Chicago, Tristan Peters. In the air, right field. Marte under it. 2 away. Back to the top of the White Sox lineup, Chase Maidroff. will hit next. Led off this game with a double. My draw. Starting up the middle at second. Hitting leadoff in today's game. And he was drafted in the 4th round in 2022. On the ground. Garcia. They get the force. And that's the 3rd out. The White Sox lead 1. We go to the bottom of the 2nd. Tied at 1. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And to the plate for Kansas City, Lane Thomas. Outside low, ball 1.
4-seam fastball, low outside.
And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. 1 up, 1 down. Jonathan India at the plate.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Tied up here in the early going. Outside low, and that's ball 1.
4-seam fastball, high inside.
In the air, out towards right center. Harris takes it in for the out, and there's 2 down. Here's Starling Marte.
High outside.
There's a strike.
Well, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
And a foul ball.
Sweeper, low inside.
2 down, nobody on. Stays alive.
Sweeper, low inside.
Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning. Through 2, we're tied 1 apiece. All set for the start of the inning. So up now for Chicago, Munetaka Murakami. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. That one ripped right center field, carrying well. And this one carries into the party porch for a home run. Now that's quite the party favor. And it gives them the lead in the 3rd. It's 2-1.
Boog, his plan was to hit the ball hard, and he was going to figure out the rest later. You can't argue with those results. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
Now it's the DH, Miguel Vargas. Picked up a base hit to center his first time up.
Boog, it looks like somebody missed the swing sign. That's the first pitch this team's taken for a ball all game long.
Next offering is fouled back.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
In the air to left center. Witt moving under it. 1 down.
Now, that's a tough play for the infielder, ranging back into the outfield. There's part of him that's saying, hey, where you at, outfielder? Call me off. But he stayed focused and made a nice catch right there.
On the ground. To first. Got him.
Up next for the White Sox.
2 down, base is empty. And up next for Chicago, Andrew Benintendi. He was a strikeout victim his first time. This one in the air, center field. And that'll do it. The Royals get a run in the inning on this solo homer. And this is now a 2-1 ball game. This is an AL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show. Back here at Kauffman Stadium, set for the bottom of the third, Michael Massey steps in for the Royals. This one chopped on the ground, but foul.
Middle inside.
Swings and misses. And it's 0-2.
Low inside.
There's a swing and a drive. That was foul, and he'll see another.
Low inside.
Here's the 0-2. That one missed.
Four-seam fastball. Middle outside.
Just off the outside edge. 2-2. Challenge from behind the dish here. Pretty close, but it was a ball. So they'll lose their first challenge.
Sinker. Low middle.
To the right side, Murakami. He steps on the bag. One gone, bottom of the third inning. So the Royals batting order turns over. Michael Garcia, the next to hit. Swing and a ground ball up the middle into the outfield, base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
He hauls it in, 2 away.
They couldn't have asked for a better out. Makes a great play on the line drive, and they keep the runner at first. Just like that, they're almost out of the inning.
Foul ball there. Garcia, the runner at first with 2 gone. To the right side, Mydrop. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. So one left for Kansas City. They're down 2-1. On to the fourth. So up now for Chicago, Dustin Harris. Liner to second and picked on the hop. Nicely done for the out. And stepping in is the speedy Luis Angel Acuna. Rolled out to second in his first at bat. Swing and a ball popped up. Brings it in. That's out number 2. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's Reese McGuire. He's 0 for 1. Ball. Two down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. To the right side. Handles, throws to first. Inning over. Down in order go the White Sox. They lead it 2-1. Back here in Kansas City, bottom of the 4th, Salvador Perez steps in for the Royals. That one finds the zone, and that's strike 1.
Oh, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going.
Low inside.
The 0-2. Swing and a line drive, and that one's a base hit out into left center field. And the tying run is on base.
So much of good hitting is finding holes in the defense. That's why you're always thinking line drive into the gap. Those kinds of swings really boost your confidence.
0-1 now. Swing and a grounder foul first base side.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Here comes Lane. Thomas.
High inside.
Swing and a foul out of play.
Four-seam
Tying
fastball.
run is at first. We're here in the bottom of the fourth.
Cutter. Low inside.
Hit on the ground up the middle. That's a base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
Now, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Now here is Jonathan India.
Four-seam fastball. Low inside.
Swing and a ball popped in the air. Fair ball. Here comes Perez around third. He'll score easily. We are tied at 2.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over.
Runners at the corners here. One away. Starling Marte up to hit. And that one is lifted in the air. Peters settles underneath it. Brings it in. Runner tags from third. Safe. And they take the lead. Now at the plate, Michael Massey.
Low inside.
Yeah, what?
Sinker. Low middle.
And that misses. And it's 1-1.
Cutter. High outside.
Base hit. And now 2 aboard.
When you go 0 for 5, 0 for 7, 0 for 8, it seems like an eternity, especially to start the season, because that's the one thing. Players want to get that first one out of the way so that they feel like, all right, I'm going to avoid this prolonged 0 for to start the season and get into a slump.
On the ground to third. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. But 2 runs for them, and they jump ahead. We played 4. It's the Royals 3 and the White Sox 2. Back here at Kauffman Stadium, we go to the top of the 5th. Tristan Peters steps to the plate for the White Sox. And there's a foul ball. Peters measures 6 feet even, 180 pounds, and he was born in Canada. Out towards right center field. Dives and it gets by. So now back to the top of the order.
These days, most outfielders play pretty deep, and I'm not sure if that was a factor there or not, but off the bat, you're thinking it's going to be a pop-out, and it just kind of nestled into that spot where no one was able to get to it. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
My draw. The batter now as he swings and misses for strike 1. On the ground to the left. Down the line, and it's foul. The 0-2. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. 1 out man at first. Now the number 2 hitter, Munetaka Murakami. He's already homered here in this one. Drilled in the air out towards right center. Thomas on the move. He's got it. 2 down.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Swing and a bouncer towards third, but it kicks foul. Here's a high chopper. Tosses to first, and that will end the inning. So one left for the White Sox. They trail it 3-2. Back here in Kansas City, we head to the bottom of the fifth. Bobby Witt Jr. steps in for the Royals. And that one fouled off.
Witt Jr. is one of only 2 players in AL/NL history to have 20 home runs and 20 stolen bases in each of his first 2 seasons, Boo. The other player, Julio Rodriguez.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Sinker. Middle outside.
And that one missing low.
Four-seam fastball. High inside.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
Sinker. Middle outside.
And there's a ball.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Swing and a miss for the strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Oh, that high 4-seam fastball has become such a great pitch for pitchers to finish hitters off. They're trying to stay back with 2 strikes, make sure that they can handle something off speed, and just with good spin rate, good rotation through the zone, elevate it a little bit, get a lot of swings and misses, and that's a really nice job right there.
Fouls one off out of play. Back to our left. Ball to strike. The pitch. Fouled off left side.
Sweeper. Low outside.
That misses the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count.
Sinker. Low middle.
And they'll do it again.
Sweeper. Low outside.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. Chris, 3rd time through the order, and a couple of quick outs for the starter.
Yeah, he's been very frugal today, economical with the pitch count.
Low inside.
Perez in the box again, takes a strike, and he'll challenge that called strike. So the call will stand. 1 challenge remaining for them now. 2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. And that one wrapped foul.
4-seam fastball. High inside. Sweeper. Middle inside.
In the air to left center. Acuna gets under it, and the inning is over. Royals go down 1-2-3, but they still lead at 3-2. Back here in a close one, and a look now at some of the biggest plays from the game.
Rap duel, travel the world like Nat Geo. Work myself through the matrix of Black Neo. Got real, had to pack torpedo. No break bread with your own people. Made peace with it that I couldn't change. And took responsibility instead of passing blame. Anything less.
Colson Montgomery getting ready to hit.
Colson Montgomery.
Hit pretty well in the air out to center. And there's 1 down. Now it's Andrew Benintendi to hit. Lifted in the air, right center field. Thomas should have this one. And that quickly 2 away. Dustin Harris steps to the plate for the White Sox. On a line. Snags it on the run. And that is that. Nothing doing for the White Sox. They're down 3-2. Bottom of the 6th inning. So up now for Kansas City, Carter Jensen. The new pitcher in the game, Jordan Leisure.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Low middle.
He swings and fouls one off.
Splitter. Low outside.
Here's the 0-2. Good eye in that spot.
Two-seam fastball. Middle outside.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, they've had a great plan of attack for him tonight. I mean, finding all the holes in his swing and his approach, just frustrating for him up there. You strike out a guy 3 times in a game. I think that guy's got to go back and really study some video with his hitting coach, figure out how they're beating him, make this adjustment really quick, because word will get around the league in a hurry.
Swing and a miss. Coming out of the bullpen and throwing BBs.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Four-seam fastball. Low inside.
2 down, nobody on. Swing and a miss.
Slider. Low outside.
Next pitch, a slider that misses outside.
Really good slider. He's up there just hoping that it ends up off the plate away.
And downstairs.
Four-seam fastball. High inside.
Fights it off. You'll see another.
Splitter. Low middle.
Payoff pitch. In there. Got him looking for the K. And he strikes out the side here in the 6th. KC down in order, but they're up 3-2. Back here at Kauffman Stadium, top of inning number 7, Luis Angel Acuna steps to the plate for the White Sox. To third, and it's just foul. That was close. Looking to get the tying run on base. Lined, and that's a base hit. And the tying run is on with a leadoff single.
Well, that was an important at bat in this game, so a great job there stepping up to the challenge. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Seth Lugo won't go any further, and he leaves with the lead after giving them some decent innings. We'll be back with a new pitcher in a moment. So out of the pen comes the right-hander, Nick Mears. He's been so good against lefties. And here's the catcher, Reese McGuire.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get in the scoring position.
Here's the pitch. Run around the goal. That's in for a strike. Throw there. Safe. And the tying run is now in scoring position. Siggy, he definitely showed off the wheels there.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a bang-bang play. StatCast gives us the data, and that stolen base wasn't possible without that sprint speed.
Strike 2.
The high fastball, particularly for young hitters, can be hard to lay off of because you see it so well at eye level, but it's really hard to catch up and get that top hand to work on time.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Got him. One away on the strikeout.
Well, classic pitch sequencing there to change eye levels for the punch out. That fastball on the pitch before was up. It was very competitive, and that gets you thinking that he might try to climb the ladder. But then the curveball out of that same tunnel just falls off the table, and you can't make contact.
Up the middle, India. Throws to first in time, but the tying run moves up to third, so they'll be happy with that. So up next, Chase Mydra, 1 for 3. Out to short. Witt over to first. And that's the inning. They get a leadoff single, but leave him stranded. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Royals 3 and the White Sox 2. Set for the last half of the 7th. So up now for Kansas City, Starling Marte. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
Middle outside.
That one sizzling on its way through to the outfield. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
That's down. One hops off the wall. And that's a double.
A lot of times in today's game, right fielders are able to get to a ball that stays in like that, but he hit that one pretty well. And if he hits it just a little bit different on the barrel, it's out of here easily. But there's nothing wrong with the extra bases right there.
Don't be surprised to ball on the ground to the corners that they come home with the.
And now a huge at-bat coming up as Bobby Witt Jr. steps in. Fouled off. He was late.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can.
Ground ball to the middle. That's a base hit. 1 run is in. The throw in. It's off the mark and he scores. It's 5-2.
Big at bat to pad their lead up to 3. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch. Just
runner takes off. And that one fouled off. The 0-1. Ground ball could be 2. Over to second for 1. Double play. And that'll do it for the inning. We look ahead to inning number 8. It's the Royals 5 and the White Sox 2. Back here in Kansas City, we're at the top of the 8th. Munetaka Murakami steps to the plate for the White Sox. Yeah, that's fouled off.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the 9th, that closer's coming in.
Strike 2. Mears, a 6'3" righty. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and he occasionally uses a curve. Just misses. That's the ball. Ball 1. In the air to left center. And there's one down. Here's the White Sox DH, Miguel Vargas. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Long run, nice grab. And there's 2 down. And the Royals manager making his way towards the mound now as he will make the move. Nick Mears will depart. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute. New pitcher in the game for the Royals, Daniel Lynch. This is his 5th appearance of the year. And now here is Colson Montgomery. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the 3rd out. 1-2-3 go the White Sox, and the deficit remains 5-2. And we're back. Their offense has produced a lot of hits so far, as we see from the spray chart.
yeah, it looks like they spreading it out pretty well in this one, Boog. Spraying the ball all over the yard. Good team effort at the dish.
New pitcher for the White Sox, Sean Newcomb.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
That one hammered, but pulled foul.
I'm so glad these ballparks have installed the netting to protect the fans, keep things safer all around the league.
Cutter. Low inside.
And a foul ball, he stays alive.
Sinker. Low middle.
That's a little bit low.
Slurve. Middle inside.
That one just misses. And a full count now.
High outside.
In the air, right side. Harris under it. Takes it in for the out. And next up for the Royals, Carter Jensen.
Ball.
Slurve. Low middle.
Pitch is in the dirt. 2 balls, no
Four-seam
strikes.
fastball. High inside.
This one in the air, center field. And there's 2 away. Here's Lane Thomas now.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
That's in there at the knees, and it's strike 2.
Slurve.
2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Base hit. And that keeps the inning alive. Now he launches a throw over his head. No advance, though. Ball didn't get too far away.
Definitely found a perfect spot. This can be hard sometimes. We talked about in left field. You're kind of anticipating cheating in for a ball.
Slurve.
Hit something like that you can rob a little soft flare in front of you, but perfectly placed, so you reward the hitter with it.
And the 0-2. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. Thomas around second, headed for third. Lead runner gets the stop sign at third. It's a 2-out double, second and third now. So digging in, Starling Marte. And first offering is fouled off.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
Well, he's so good about trying to drive the ball to the opposite field gap in these situations. If he takes that approach, he could bust this game wide open.
2 outs, 2 in scoring position. Boom, strike 3 on the fastball, and that ran back over the inner half. Royals strand a pair. They're still out in front 5-2. Last chance. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Carlos Salazar. A chance at his first save of the year. Benintendi to start it. 0 for 3 in this one. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate. Popped up. India settles under it. He's there. He's got it. 1 away. So up next, Dustin Harris. One down, base is empty here in the 9th. That one lifted to left. Takes it in for the out. So it's their last chance in this one. Luis Angel Acuna steps to the plate for the White Sox. Salazar going for save number 1 in this spot. Hard hit left side. On to first. Ball game.
The ball for his first career save deserves to be on display at his house. I mean, it's kind of like when a restaurant frames its first dollar bill somewhere on a wall. You just can't forget your first save.
And your final score, 5-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.
Took a girl from the podium. Other guys in here, I so DM. This a lonely man, things ain't going as planned, but this a real life. Look, I protect my